Hi, I'm Frances Burton. I'm here today with Tim Boundy from Jisc Video Development Team.
Hi.
Hi, Tim, you've just done a presentation on Jisc Video Conferencing System Vscene. Could you tell us a little bit about Vscene?
Yeah, sure. So Vscene is the Jisc's video conferencing service. It's been designed around the major use cases that HE, FE and schools use. It's free at the point of use for all of the Jisc community members. So this is going to save them a lot of money. The major use cases are scheduled conferences. So obviously the universities will schedule in their timetables almost a year in advance. So a lot of them will come and book their video conferences to go with that. And then the other use case is the virtual rooms, which makes it much more flexible and ad hoc.
So what are the favourite features? Could you give us a bit of a demo on how it works?
Well, the favourite features are probably to record your conference, which you can record any conference and then live stream it as well. But I'll show you on the desktop here. So if we go to my desktop, you can see it's rather busy because I'm admin, so you've got a lot of stuff going on. But the upcoming conferences are here, so administrators for institutions can see any of the conferences that are scheduled by their users and obviously manage them if they need to as well. And then top 5 contacted systems and users are down the bottom here. And then on the right at the top, we've got the virtual rooms I've visited recently. But if I go through the scheduling a conference, just very quickly to show you how that works, if I open a schedule page, you can see it adds me and my default video system. Now that's actually a hardware system on my desk at work, but you don't need to know that as a scheduler because Vscene will take care of the interoperability with whatever that is. So hopefully in the future we'll be able to branch out to Skype for Business, Link users as well. So this could be a browser, it could be Skype for Business, it could be a hardware system.
So it works with anything then?
Well, not anything quite yet, but that's the objective we have, is to broaden the interoperability. So if I go back to this conference here, you can see I could give it a name and set a schedule for it. And if I start typing some of the other participants that I might add, I could type Mark there and it will look for all of the other people called Mark and click my colleague and it adds his name and his default system. And then if I wanted, I could add recording and streaming to this conference and just click launch or schedule it for later. And once it's going, you can then still control any of those things and add and remove more people.
So how do the virtual rooms work?
The virtual rooms, so let's go back to my desktop here and we can see some of the rooms that have been used recently. So anybody can have a virtual room. It's pretty scalable, and if you start your own room, you get your unique address for it and a link, so you can share those with anybody. And the rooms are either public, so that they're listed on Vscene like these, or they're private, so that they're only listed for the people you've actually invited. So that means you can still keep your meeting relatively secure. So if I
if I had a public room and I started off and I decided actually I quite like that to be private because of the way it was going, can I do something about that?
Yeah, you can lock the room, so it stops people joining in a certain way.
So I can kind of close the door once enough people are in. Okay.
That's right. Yeah, so you can kind of make your conversation a bit more private again. If I show you, let's join. We've got a hardware system here, so if I connect to this. I'd say this is a pretty common use case, especially if you're I know you work in an office where there's lots of these systems.
Yes, a lot of conference systems.
Yeah, so you might have regular meetings with them. And if you wanted to add your system to a meeting room, so we're going to join one called Tim's Open Meeting Room here. And if I click on that, you can see it says, would you like to join using the desktop client? So that would be a browser. Or you can join using a registered system. So rather than my default one, I'm going to type the name of the one behind us here, which is called the Jisc Loan System. And then if I connect to that, it should dial this system here. There we go. So it's now connecting us to a virtual room, and there's Ben waiting for us there.
Hello, Ben.
So Ben's joining us via the browser app, and he's got all the same functions there. You could share a screen and things like that. So thanks, Ben. I'm going to hang up now.
So how does our community use the system?
Oh, well, there's lots of different ways, but they've got a lot of scheduled conferences, obviously, so they can schedule in their lectures every Tuesday at 10, they could do their same lecture. And a great example of that is the Scottish Physics Alliance. That's 6 universities in Scotland who share their physics courses, and they have modules that obviously the students at any of the universities can all study, because every time they do a lecture, they link their lecture theatres together using Vscene, and record it and stream it so they can put it on their VLE later as well. Tutors, so if you want to offer more courses than you've got qualified teachers for, or you want to expand your prospectus, then you've got, you can remotely access expertise. So there's several companies, one called Tute, who offer lecturers for that. And obviously this really feeds into the transnational education environment, because this means if you've got a university where they've got campuses around the world, they can share their lectures from the UK to their off-site campuses and vice versa, and make it feel like there's one big community, one big university.
Very good. So how do we get to this meeting?
Well, it's free at the point of use for any Jisc members. I think I said that. It's at vscene.jisc.ac.uk.
Okay.
And yeah, I'd encourage everybody to register and start their own virtual room.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Tim. It's very informative.
Pleasure. Right.